Here's a photo of Brownie when he was young and in the military.
Oh, that's the end of that one.
90 years. And then here's a photo of him with his wife. And then this photo is really cool too. I'm so into this history. Do you know what this is, Drew?
That was his army.
But do you know where it's at? So Brownie told us when we were here last time. It was in El Paso, Texas. Last time we were here, he told us all about it, but that's what happens when somebody dies. You lose things. Yeah, El Paso, Texas.
That says Breckenridge, Kentucky on this one, so that might be
Okay.
Kentucky.
This one says February 1951, Breckenridge, Kentucky. Wow, look at that. What a cool photo. So Brownie was 94, so these gentlemen most likely are not with us anymore. I mean, there may be a couple of them that made it. They're still alive, but...
I don't know, those are all people going to Korean War.
Korean War. Yeah. Amazing.
So this is my grandfather, Brownie, who just passed away last Monday, February 5th.
Here he is at 17.
Here he is when he enlisted in the Army.
Tell me what year this was. We gotta know what year. This says, what good-looking girl bit you? It says, what good-looking girl bit you? You gotta figure out what year it is. We don't even, these are so old.
This might be 1942. It says 442 on the back. I doubt that's the...
Brownie was 94 years old, 7 months and 19 days, and he just passed away on February 5th, 2024. So he was 94 years old. So at age 17, can you do the math? Let us know down in the comments how old he would be at age 17.
He'd be 17 at the age 17.
Great.
I mean,
What
yeah.
year was he 17? All right, here he is.
Here's a good one.
Okay.
Car and a family.
You check out this car back then. This is no date.
Here's 1951 with his parents.
Okay, 1951. He lived in Morris Chapel, Tennessee, which is where?
Right here where we're at.
I know, but the people aren't there. 1951.
Oh, I don't know. It's about 20 miles north of Mississippi.
Wow, look at this. This is an early glamour shot. All right, this one, these seem to go together, I believe. They don't have any dates on them.
Some of them do.
This one is him with his dog.
Here's him with his...
And a rabbit. Look at that.
That's him and my grandmother back when they were high school sweeties.
This is 17,
Mm-hmm.
they said, age 17.
So he went to the military. He had this girlfriend. He got enlisted after they started dating. And then when he got released due to an injury.
Here he is in the military.
And he came home with a engagement ring. And he came home from the military and asked her to marry him.
This one actually says, this is in El Paso, Texas. And I know, this is 1949. I don't know if that's right. But
That's right.
I know that they were telling us earlier, there is one of these that said, this one says 1951. Ow. Wilson Studios in Miami, Florida. January, February, winter, he says. Okay. You know, like, the best time to look at these types of things with your family is when they're alive. Because
they can
tell you where this stuff is. I know that he wrote on the back of one of these that he was in the sick bay. So what happened to put him in the sick bay? Drew?
I mean, I don't know if he gets sick.
No, I thought you said he was, how did he?
He had an injury on a helicopter.
He had an injury while he was stationed or while he was in?
Yeah, they were getting ready for deployment to go to Korea.
This one says 1951. Look at these cars. Okay, and then here he is.
Then he got hurt.
Then he got hurt.
What about our family?
take a look at these
This
cars.
is all mine. This is all my stuff. Bagged up.
Robert,
Ready to go.
Robert, we're making a video. Shush. Would you like to contribute to the video? Do you know what kind of car this is?
What's that? You know what kind of car that is?
Look at that car. How old is that car? This says 1951. Made just before he went into the army, it says. 1951. Look at that car. Look at the hairstyles
I'm not good
back
at that
then.
stuff at all. I can tell you that it's before any of the 60s.
I said 1951.
Well, I'm going to say it's before that.
No, that's what that. I mean, the car may have been, but that picture was taken.
Is that what it's showing?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Look at that car. Wow.
I'm not very good at this stuff at all.
And then here we are. So when did color photos get made?
Not until the 70s.
Yeah. So I would.
TV didn't come around until like the late 70s.
So yeah, we just want to show you some cool photos of his life. These photos are pretty old. If you find a baby photo of him, it's also almost 100 years old. Can you believe that? This looks like it's a pretty old photo. This one says he's at the Rio Grande River Bridge. It says, Mexico is on the side behind me. That's really neat that he wrote all these things on it. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. I would suggest talking to your family about these things before they pass away, so that you have all the stories. This one's at Camp Breckenridge. Where's Breckenridge? That's in Virginia?
No, it was Kentucky.
Kentucky. 1951. Thanks for watching. Here's the photos of his wife, Oma Jean.
You gonna take this back? Yeah. Why you bring them out? I was thinking about taking one home with me.
This one is 1949. How many years ago is 1949?
49, okay. 51 plus 24, 75.
75 years ago. Look at the little photos back then. How did you get them? Were they like printed instantly right then? Or did they have to be like a Polaroid? Or did they have to be sent away? I'm really into the fashion. Everybody looks so crisp and fresh. Their hair is done so good. If they saw us today, these people, they'd say, man, y'all are a mess. Here he is in his signature overalls with his horse. It says his horse was named Silver, and it was in 1948. Didn't they have a horse in the 50s or whatever called Hi-Ho Silver? This horse was named Silver.
That was,
Hi-Ho Silver! When was that? What year? Hi-Ho Silver. No, Zorro. Oh, this one says 1959. That's not that old. I think, for me, what is old, what I consider old, is in 40s or before. If you show me something from the 50s, I'm like, okay. But if you start showing me stuff from 40s, 30s, I'm like, that's old. Oh, this one's color. We got a color one in here. Color one snuck on in. This is a Polaroid. It's very heavy. Kodak film. We have come so far with our color photos. Now we're just printing photos on paper. You know, actually now our photos are in the cloud.
Yep.
It's even rare to have an actual physical photo. But I think this is an excellent historical reference of this man's life. So nice. In the future, you guys won't have this because all your photos are in the cloud. So print your photos out. I was looking for that one that was the sick bay. Look at this one. Oh my goodness. So cute. No date. Look at, these are the boys of the 40s. Isn't that one like Alfalfa and like, what was that called? Something's Gang?
Little Rascals?
Little Rascals, yeah. Wasn't that one that was like big? Those guys do look like Little Rascals. These pictures are taken, I mean, they could be taken anywhere. These particularly say they're in El Paso, Texas, the ones of him in service. But he grew up in Tennessee, so. So neat. So this is the ancestors and descendants of Brownie Ratliff and Oma Jean.
At that time, that's all the people I knew that was not a part of the ancestors.
All right, so where is this? This is your mother, and this is your father.
And those are the kids that were present.
And these are all the children that were born. This is you,
Right.
Robert Brownie Ratliff, and this is your wife.
Yeah.
And then this is Marvin and his wife, and Buddy and her wife.
Down.
All the way down our children. And these are grandchildren. This is Drew, who was born in Jackson, Tennessee, and Craig and Savannah, and then all of that, and then all of their children. Okay.
But see, there's people missing. Okay.
Sure, because this was.
She's had she only had one child at that time.
What is this?
That's the ancestry chart.
Okay, what does that mean? This is Brownie, and then this is his parents.
Their parents.
It's always the male.
Okay, and then this
the
is
female.
his parents, which were, okay, so his parents, his dad was born in 1892, and then his dad's dad, which would be his grandpa, was born in 1850 in Lawrence County, Tennessee, and then his grandpa was Obed
in the 1820s.
In the 1820s.
Yeah.
But how about these people? You didn't know their names?
No, those are. Well, you only put what you know and can confirm that it's accurate.
Okay.
You tend to not. Speculation is not a good thing.
Right. Okay, so this guy was Albert Hicks, and he was born in 1847 in Tennessee, and he had one daughter, Bessie Mae Hicks. Oh, look at these names.
And then when you see his father is
Abraham.
George Washington.
George Washington, that is his father.
And then what's the surname?
George Washington Jones, born August 1st, 1850 in Tennessee.
Yeah, and that's what's known. Now, part of it is the name, because that's such a common name, George Washington, it gets confusing, okay, because
there's a lot of George
well,
Washingtons.
there's lots of George houses, so you don't know which one. Okay? So when you...
How did you find this stuff?
Well,
this is John Bonnet.
Bonnet.
Oh, John Bonnet. Okay, because you said you have some French ancestry.
That's French.
1814 in Alabama, John Bonnet. That sounds like a pretty common name, right?
Well, that'll tell you also that they're French.
This one is Faudy Jewel. Faudy.
Jewel.
Faudy.
Yeah, that's my grandmother.
Faudy. And this one is Reader. That's a really cool name. Reader. I like that. Floyd.
Reader.
Reader.
Reader is a male. Reader Columbus.
Reader
is my grandfather.
Very interesting. And so you said that you traced this back even farther. You just didn't put it on here.
That's the information that I had. That's essentially current to a certain date.
But what about before this? These people. What about his parents?
I have much more than that.
Uh-huh.
It's not on the chart.
Right.
But every next generation, you have only the information becomes sparse.
Right.
Okay, unless you've got certain persons that will become aligned.
Now, because of DNA, though, you don't have to do that. Right.
And especially people of if they're of ancestry of politics or they're landholders.
Right. They're Republicans.
Other people that
voters.
are just ordinary people, there's very little record on those.
And then what is this? This is Robert Tillman Ratliff. This is his flag. He was in the service from 1917. No, is this when he was in the service or when he was born? He was born in 1917, and he died in 1919. Is that what it says right here?
Well, he served when he was 21 years old.
Where is he at on here? Robert Tillman Ratliff, 1892, it says. So, this is just the time he was in the service, from
Yeah, that's correct.
1917 to 1919. So 2 years he did the service.
Yeah.
All right, here's his birthday, 1892, and he died in 1953. Thank you for your service, Robert. Did they call him Robert?
Well, I do.
Or did they call him Bob?
No, he's Robert.
He's Robert. And he's who you're named after, right? I imagine so.
And I'm Robert. Robert because of I'm not a Bob.
You're not a Bob because of him.
That's correct. Well, my grandmother was. I was little Robert. Understand that is because Robert, okay, and my granddad was Robert, okay, and I am little Robert.
You're little Robert.
I was little.
I don't know if you're little Robert anymore.
Not baby. I was little Robert.
Okay.
So I was referred to as little Robert, which differentiated me from
Grandpa Robert.
Grandpa Robert.
Uh-huh. Okay. Do you remember your grandpa very much? I haven't seen any pictures of him. No?
What's that?
Do you remember him? Your grandpa?
No.
No? Not very much?
He died when I was an infant.
Is he in this picture?
He died young.
Who's in this picture?
He had a heart attack. Died young.
He had a heart attack when he was young?
Yeah.
Are you in this picture? No.
No. This is my mother.
Oh, okay.
No. Let's see.
Where's
this is my
Faulty?
mother. That's my mother.
Is that Faulty?
This is the other family side of the family.
Uh-huh. But that must be Faulty right there.
Let's see.
The lady holding the baby. Because that was your grandma, right? Faulty.
Well,
Faulty
this
Jewel.
lady is her sister, and that's a baby in the family and stuff.
These are just the children.
Yes, and these are the boys. It's E.G., Carl Joe, Jerry Lane, and this is like, for example, Charles, and this is Jerry Rain, and
so this is a woman, a sister, not a mother? Wow.
this is my mother.
Okay, right. And these are her siblings.
Yes.
Uh-huh. But what you're saying is this right here is a girl holding her sister.
These are her mother, and those are sisters.
Right.
Okay.
That's
but
such a big difference in age.
She's the only one that's got a grandbaby yet. Obviously, my mother has a bunch of kids.
Yeah, that's a lot. A lot of siblings. She has a lot of siblings.
Well, it's very characteristic. And when you see gaps, for example, the height thing, you can see that these children are 2 years apart. Because that was the natural process.
They didn't use birth control back then.
No, long before the pill.